Okay, few seconds left. Right, so you got the civil engineer and okay. So we have here is civil engineers and contractors, and most of you are back to office, okay, and partially working from office also. So that's cool to know that. Okay, thank you very much for answering the questions. Right, okay. Okay, so this is the InfraWorks, and why we are, I'm proposing to, I'm showing this software, okay, is not just because it's included in ACE collections, but you should be aware that this software is actually very useful and very user-friendly if you don't have any technical background of the on any civil works and all that. So this could be the right software to start. And we will look this software from a different perspective. We can look at the software from the perspective of client. If you are the client, you will see that you have a piece of land that you need to develop. Then before you hand over everything to consultants, so it's best for you to have your own ideas and planning so that it gives the rest of the team better solutions to solve all the issues on site. And if you are the civil engineers, this is also a good tool to start up your design instead of directly working directly in detail by using Civil 3D. You can also use this tool to set up the conceptual idea and so on. So because we will capture all the data in real-time environment, like road names and site contacts, residential areas, commercial areas, and so on. And from the perspective of architects, so you can also use this software to do the site planning. Okay, you can create a zoning plan. If you have land that need to be planned, like a zoning area and so on. So I will show you later on how we can utilize this from that perspective also. And as of a detailers or designers for civil and before you jump into Civil 3D, you should be aware that InfraWorks can integrate well with Civil 3D. Means that whatever data that you generated from InfraWorks, it can be directly transferred to Civil 3D without any data losses. And again, if your workflow involves Revit, okay, it can also be integrated with Revit as well. Okay, so in Autodesk, every software under Autodesk can communicate well with each other. So you don't have to worry about why and how we're going to proceed from this point on. So let's say you're going to start with finding the right location. Okay. So for instance, if you want to find the right location, this software will help you to pinpoint the area. For instance, I want to search Kuala Lumpur. Okay. So this is the information from the Bing Maps. Okay, you know that Bing Maps is developed by Microsoft. Okay, and the data that you get is also a live feed from the Bing Maps satellites. Okay, so let's say you want to find a certain area. So for Sentul and so on. So it can be any areas in Malaysia or anywhere in the world. And even though your project is in like in other countries like Europe and so on. So you can also pinpoint the position to see the sites before ever you visit site, or you can complement this information that you get from here to complement the information that you get from site also. So that could be a good point to start. Okay, and it is a straightforward workflow to find the site. Okay, you can also type in the right address here, or you can zoom in and zoom out like you were looking at the Google map and so on. Okay, so the maps here will bring you into the right locations and the right coordinate. So if you like, say you want to create you want to create the area of selection. here. So it can be even larger than whatever that you are looking at here now. Okay, let's say you want to select further more. Okay, you can enlarge the selection. So these selections will be cut and will bring into our profile. Like if you see in my homepage. Okay, so it will also need you to link with your BIM 360 folder. Okay, so because BIM 360 is not just a cloud storage, it's also a cloud link platform to transfer all data. Let's say you want to transfer data from InfraWorks to Revit, Civil 3D to Revit, okay, any survey data from Recap to Revit. BIM 360 is a must now, so that you have to subscribe at least the BIM 360 docs to utilize to use this feature. And you're going to create the model, okay, but you're going to take some time, and it will notify you through email once the area has been generated. So I'm going to cancel it for now, and we'll use whatever that is generated from the previous project. Okay, so this is some area at Kuching, Sarawak. Okay, so you should know that in Kuching, Sarawak, there has many empty land. Okay, there, especially for the rural areas. Okay, there are so many land that needs to be developed, and this is one of the area that I picked for this session. And just so you know, Civil 3D will generate this kind of data. Okay, so let's say this whatever that you see on the map, it will be converted into a 3D object here. It can simply be clicked. Okay, and if even so, you have a building here. Okay, you have the water area. Let's say this is the river. Okay, and then if you have the empty land with contour, you can also see that the contour is not really flat. Okay, it's like having the actual contour, but it's not really 100% accurate because the data is captured from satellite. Of course, there is some restriction on the capturing data. Okay, and for instance, okay, so why, if the data is not accurate, why we have to work with this InfraWorks? So you should know that InfraWorks can work well with scan data from your survey data. If you have the survey drawing and so on, you can also put that drawings, all of scan data from Recap into InfraWorks. Okay, or if you have a civil 3D drawing that you have been created and it's very accurate and up to that detail, you can also bring that drawing into this InfraWorks so that you can complement each other information so that you can modify based on the actual capture data on site. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. And let's say the site that we going to be developed is a piece of land here in the middle is empty area. And what we can do with this empty land is that if you look at the menus on the left side, it's very user friendly. Sorry. Okay. It's very user friendly so that you can, it's like playing SimCity if you ever played that game before. Okay, so you can simply create roads, you can create various buildings, you can create zoning coverage, even you can create pipelines and annotating rivers, water areas, and so on. So let's say you want to start with the planning areas by creating the coverage area. And you want to indicate this area, let's say some of the area you want to indicate as zoning area, like a residential area. So I can click this command, okay, double click, and start to draw the area. Okay. And let's say this area would be plotted for residential. Okay, and the data will definitely be updated. Okay, all the drawing here will be live updated and saying that this would be plotted for the residential area. Okay, and it's not just a drawing. Okay, you will know the area of the plotted area for now is 50,000 meters square, something like that. And you also have the ability to control the Z value. Okay, so let's say you want the land to be planted to, let's say, to 3.5 meter. Okay, it will bring down the sides and it will flatten down as you wish. Okay, and let's say you want to add furthermore areas. Let's say for coverage area, you want to add for commercial area on the other area. Okay, so let's say this one, this area will be entitled for commercial. Okay. Okay. So as clients, this is the very first thing that you are going to do before you detail up further your requirement and your intention on developing the land. Okay, and you can use many of these preset and template that is available here, and it's quite complete for designers. Okay, and let's say once let's say you want to cover the green area and so on. Okay, for green area, we're going to update the zone there. Okay, and also if you want to add a few more areas, let's say we have done with the zoning area, and we're going to add some retention pond, for instance. So you can add also the watery area, like this. Okay, and this will be indicated as watery area. So this planning also comes with the road design planning. Okay, so for instance, if you want to create the roads to access the plotted area, so you will plan some few junctions to access the area. So by clicking at the road button here, so you can just simply create the main road here, connecting to the other roads on the other side, and it will help you to pick whatever road types that you are going to choose. Okay, so let's say you want to choose the type of what is the frontage type, or you can, let's say you want to choose the paving stone road. Okay, and you want to look further and start designing paving stone road here. Okay, so that is the automatic junction, and you will see that for every design or road design that you created, you can control the Z value. Okay, so if you want the road to be increased, like or you want to be decreased, you can also set the elevation point value. Okay, and you will see the road is also will be increased like that. Okay. Okay. And same goes to the bridge. So let's say you want to create the roads that are crossing the river. Okay, and you will start working with this road menu and straightaway creating the road component roads. Okay. Okay. Let's say you want to plot this area as the road connecting to the other side of the land. Okay. Okay, so for road that you design, it will automatically create the station, okay, so that you can have the station with certain increments that you pick, and also the PV, point of vertical intersection. Okay, and for every point of vertical intersection, you can modify the coordinate X and Y and also Z value. Okay, and if you want to convert this into a bridge design, so what you need to do is you just right click at the roads that you created and pick whether you want to choose bridge or tunnel. Okay, let's say you want to choose a bridge. Okay, and you will pick the starting point of the bridge and the end point of the bridge here, for instance, like this. Okay, it will take some time to process the data. Okay, and you will see this is the converted bridge from the road design that we created here. Okay, and it also comes with the foundations, which also can be modified. And if you ever have the other design, you can also use other software like Revit family, or you can use an inventor to create the footing design, the foundation design to match your structural requirements. Okay, and for instance, from the design that you created, okay, and let's say you want to get more information. So this is not just a game here. What you're looking at is something more information. Okay, let's say you want to look further on the profile view. Okay, so I'm creating the bridge with a super elevation, 2%. Sorry, max super elevation is 6%. So it will help you to calculate the super elevations, and once you create the profile view, you will see at the bottom here, if I enlarge this, so this is the profile view which you can add for the PVI if you wish to control the elevation of the bridge. Okay, and let's say you want to increase the elevation of certain points, certain PVI. Okay, you can bring this up and also bring this up, and it will automatically update the model. Okay, like this. Okay, and whatever changes that you make here in the profile view, it will also be directly updated. Okay, so you don't have to worry. It says also bidirectional. Okay, and this profile view can also be exported. Okay, like you want to export it to Civil 3D and so on. Okay, and also can generate the reports. Right. So other than this profile view, what you can find here is like a cross-section view. So this is very important, very crucial for all of you, for the one who involved in this design. So if this is not just the road design, but it will help you to define the road design with super E, okay, super elevation, and you can have a cross section based on the station that they propose. The increment, we can control the increment for 10 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter, and so on. So it doesn't matter, but think is helping you out to create a proper design. And once you have done this properly, if you convert this data to Civil 3D or Revit and so on, so this will match and you don't have to redraw again things like this in Civil 3D or other software or AutoCAD. So you can see there is a cross-section area, means that it will have a cut, it will help you also to calculate, okay, the items, the volume or cut and fill. Okay, for instance, if you want to calculate the material quantities that you propose here, you can. There is a very simple button down here. You can click at material quantities, and it will calculate this for you. Whatever materials that is related roughly. Okay, it's not in detail yet, but it's good to have this kind of idea for budgetary purpose. Okay, and you can also generate the report to Excel. Okay, and other things that we can do to calculate is the cut and fill is very important. Okay, let's say you want to do cut and fill, it doesn't have the information yet. But what I'm going to do is to click this at the play button, means that it will help you to compute the cut fill and also the net fill. So by having a design that we propose here, the road design here, we already know what are the rough figures of cut and fill, and also the net fill, of course. Okay, and by doing this, also you can define by station. Okay, you can define from, let's say you want to define a station from 0 to, sorry, okay, and it can help you to calculate again. So for this, even though you have all the station ready, if you know where is the destination that you want to calculate the cut and fill, so you can enter the station range so that it will help you to calculate based on the range that we selected. Okay, and then of course there is a properties that you can always change. Okay, let's say you want to change the fixed slope, grading limit, and so on, max of elevation rate. Okay, and you can also define the speed limit here, so that the super E will also related to that speed calculations. Okay, right. So other things than this. Okay, so what if you want to plan? If you are the architects, of course, if you have piece of land here, so let's say you want to plan plot the area with few buildings. Okay, so what you can do with this empty area here is, if you go to the home menu and find the buildings here options, so we got the building with different facade pattern and so on, so we can choose any suitable facade to be used. For instance, if you want to pick the concrete and glass facade, okay, and you can plot the building this, okay, and also you can add further detail for other building as well. Like this, and you can also define other types of building. So let's say this one is a brick facade. Right. Okay, so this would help the architects also to define the way you plan the sites. Okay, when you want to plan, you're going to use this as your site analysis tools. Okay, so it will help you to define. Let's say you want to propose the building with certain height. Okay, and you will see, if you are proposing this building with certain heights, you will see what are the environment impacts on the building for this. So what are the area that it blocks, what are the area that it shades from the sun rays, and so on. And if you want to modify this positioning, so you can always bring this away, and will help you updating it. Let's say you want to make it a bit smaller than before, so it's kind of very handy. Okay, and you can increase the level as well. Let's say you want to create an apartment, and if it's suitable for you, and from this view, I believe it's enough for the prelim design to present with your clients, and you can have a very quick discussion with your client, and it will respond to this. And also the client with the bit knowledge of InfraWorks, client will also can update the design that they want. Okay, and you can fulfill it, this area with other components like what else here. Let's see if we can have other furniture. Okay, you can see we can create another city furniture like a bus stop. Okay, like traffic lights. Okay, like metal drain, street drain, and so on. Street lights, recycling box. So if you want to further detail the site planning area, which area will be for different purpose, so this is going to help you to enlighten the area to become a good purpose. Okay, and that is the overview. Okay, we also have more features that can be used, like pipeline. You can use that for this, for create row of trees. If you want to have, let's say you want to create row of trees. Okay. Okay, so you can have this row of trees as your green area planning. Okay, even though you can change also the trees type. Okay, and for this, I believe it will have a very clear picture for your client to decide whether they want to proceed with this kind of proposal. Okay, and if, let's say, for any of the projects related to building also, so this proposal also can comes with another point of interest. Let's say you want to mark down this area. Okay, and then let's say you can also add railways if you wish. Okay, there is a railways if your project is related to railways, and there is a railways that is need to be modeled here. You can also design the railways, water areas, trees, and so on. Okay, and don't worry about the data export. So you can also export the models. Okay, export to 3D model format, or export to IMX. IMX is export to Civil 3D. Okay, and also there is animations that you can create here. Okay, and quickly by going through InfraWorks, you don't have to go through the intense training for this, so it will just be very quick to learn. It's not very hard to learn. Okay, right. If you guys have any questions, so please drop your questions in the chat room. Okay, so that we are about to end the session. So while waiting for your questions, if you guys want us to help you further on your current issues that you are facing, sorry. Okay, you can go to, as usual, you can go to our website. Okay, so if you are not familiar with our website, this is the homepage of acadsystems.com. Okay, and if from this homepage you can see there is more information that you may interested to know. Let's say we have upcoming workshops and webinars here, so we have plenty of topics ready for you just to be given it for free. Okay, and also we have premium training for the particular software that you see here, and also for other software if you need it to customize for your requirement. Okay, and let's say you want to raise any inquiry, you can write down in this simple form here your name, email, phone number, and message, so that our team will get back to you for the response. And if you have any issues related to technical or sales, for anything related to Autodesk, you can drop us the issues on the help desk. So if you go to help desk menu and Acad system new help desk, you can find this web page and continue as guest. Okay, and you can fill in the information needed here. Okay, and then fill in company, and don't forget to fill in the description with attachment, so that we will know the things that we want to help. Okay, so I'm still waiting your questions. Okay, so if you don't have any more questions, so let us run some polls. Okay, so this is to know whether you are satisfied with this free lessons you're able to get to learn from our online lessons, or would you recommend? I hope you will recommend these sessions, because we are not Mr. Know Everything, but we are trying our best to give you the knowledge that we have, and we will share it directly from Autodesk. So Autodesk will be giving us frequent series of training also, so that we can deliver it to you. Okay, right. So yeah, we have few more things left. Okay, so yeah, you may not be able to use what you have learned today, but I hope this will be a good exposure for you and your career. All right, so most of you are satisfied. Thank you very much for this. And before we end the session, so if you like us to organize these sessions, like these free sessions, to all of you here and many of you out there, so can you please raise your thumbs up? at the bottom. So if you see at the bottom, there is more button, okay, or reaction button down here. I will count to 3, then we will do it together in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for your time. So hopefully to see you guys in the next upcoming session. Thank you, everyone, for participating and your time. Have a nice weekend, guys. Goodbye.